Great, thanks. Excuse my green paint. I have little kids, so I have green paint on my notes. Hi, I'm Jillian Reese, a resident of College Township. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak with you tonight. I have long aspired to a position on the school board and believe I am well suited for the current position recently vacated by Barney Grimes. My current job is as an assistant professor of education leadership. I am the associate director of the Pennsylvania School Study Council, which serves as a research and professional development link between the university and school districts and intermediate units around Pennsylvania. In addition, I am coordinator of the principal certification and superintendent's letter of eligibility programs. My professional responsibilities ensure that I am knowledgeable about current education issues, provide contact with school districts around the state, and keep me connected to many Pennsylvania teachers and administrators. While I believe these experiences in education will help if I were to be selected to fill the vacant board position, I know there are many other highly qualified applicants. It takes a variety of experiences, in fact, to prepare an individual to serve the public, and so I realize the importance of demonstrating other experiences I have that I believe will contribute to my success as a board member. I hope I am able to do that through this brief introduction of myself, as well as through the answers to your questions tonight. So to continue with my introduction, in addition to a background in education, I also have an undergraduate degree in advertising. I worked for several years in advertising and public relations and believe the experience I gained in that line of work will also contribute to my skills as a board member. As you all know too well, a board member is often in the public's eye and serves as a representative of the school district. Also important to a position on the school board is my connection to this community. I've spent nearly 11 years in State College, with 4 years as an undergraduate and returning almost 7 years ago to raise our family here. My husband runs a business in this community, which is both well-rooted and highly regarded by anyone who does business with them. We enjoy many aspects of State College, from university athletics to cultural events to youth activities. Quite simply, this is our home. Perhaps the most important qualification I have for school board is my experience as a mother of 3 young children. My oldest children, Alex and Megan, are 10-year-old twins and currently in the 4th grade at Hauserville. My youngest child, Mia, does not turn 3 until May, so I have many years ahead of me as a parent of children in the State College Area School District. Certainly my concern for their best interests, as well as those of their peers, impacts my overall focus on the school district and the issues it faces. I understand the decision you have to make is a difficult one. Like I said, there are many qualified applicants and many competing interests. I respect the challenge you have before you. I thank you for the opportunity that you're presenting with me tonight, and I hope that I can adequately respond to your questions now.
What's the single most important role you can play to support the success of every student in our district? And please explain why that role is important to you, and give an example of how you would see yourself carrying that out.
Okay, as a school board member.
As a school board member, yes.
I think the biggest thing is really knowing what all of the issues are, making sure that we're addressing the needs of all of our students. And I think the only way to do that is really truly to get out there, have conversations, to get into the schools, to see the students, to meet with them, to talk with them. It can't just be at one level, not just the high school level, where it's certainly more, it's simpler to have a conversation with a high school student about this type of stuff, but I think we need to get into the elementary schools, we need to get into the middle schools, and have conversations with the students, have conversations with the teachers, have conversations with the administrators. I think those relationships are critical to really knowing what the issues are, and developing a perspective and understanding things from everybody's perspective. I truly believe in it. It's the way I work, and once again, it goes back to the consensus building. But you can't do anything if you don't know and understand all different sides. So I think that would be certainly the way I would approach actually helping individual students.
Can you give me a more specific example of what that would look like to you when you're visiting the school? And you had those conversations, then as a board member, what would you do with that?
Well, I think having a background in education, I understand some of the issues that might be current in education. So I think we can identify, I think I can identify what those things may fall under in terms of categories, and so bringing those back to the school board. I think the one thing is thinking of the school board as a proactive group, looking to form policy that addresses some of the needs rather than just reacting to policies or to issues or things that come into us. And so I think using the knowledge, the information, the education that we get from the students in the school district itself, and then bringing it to the board and being proactive in how we can resolve some of these things. I do have a question for all of you. Can I ask a question of everyone? I think I heard last week one of the questions that somebody asked, and I don't think I got asked it tonight, was about the biggest issues that face, and I guess it was sort of in your strengths and weaknesses, but yeah, was that you? Okay, I know I heard the question at some point, and I've thought a lot about that, and I think the common answer is facilities, a district-wide master plan. And I thought a lot about that, and I thought, to me, the biggest issue right now in the school district is right here. It's in the school board. I truly believe that a school board sets a tone for a school district. A school district and a community are integrally related, and so I truly believe that a school board needs to project a positive tone, so that the tone in the school district and the tone in the community can be positive. So I'm interested in knowing, because if I'm hoping to become part of a school board, how each of you are working towards that, creating a positive tone.
Good question. As you know, school board operates with one voice, so I'm guessing that you won't get a separate answer from all of us tonight. But,
You've been staying up late watching meetings. They're on CNET. You can rerun them too.
it certainly is a good question for us to consider. We'll have to do that.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. I believe in my capabilities. I believe in the State College Area School District, and I believe that we all want to move ahead, and that we all want to do what's best for our community and our school district. And
Rick,
that's
can
it.
I ask one more quick question?
Sure, go for it.
You very forthrightly, and I appreciated that, talked about your having initially announced that you were going to run for the board, and then you dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of leaves an elephant in the room.
Sure.
Would you care, and if you don't care to, you don't need to explain why you dropped out and now you're back here now?
Sure. I went into it on my own, and I truly wanted to be part of a school board, and I thought that I could have an individual influence. I believed there needed to be a change. After the April meeting, I started going to school board meetings, and I really felt like the tone needed to be improved, like the question I just asked. And so I wanted to be part of improving that tone. And I found that it really was divided, and that my independent voice didn't fit at that time. I didn't want it to be that way, but it just, I felt like my intents were not, it's just not the way it was going to be at that point in time.
And that was a personal decision?
That was a very personal decision, yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you for answering the question. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jillian. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We have